What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to episode number 8 today of the career mode here on FIFA 18. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. 8 episodes in already. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. But I'm enjoying the series. It's going pretty well so far. Hopefully you guys are as well. So as we kickstart today's episode off, guys, as I said, there's only going to be one video today unless I'm live streaming later on tonight. When this goes out at 4 PM, I'm sure if I am going to be live streaming, I will have let you guys know already by putting up a video or something. The only issue is, guys, of course, I'm going out. So when you're watching this on Saturday, I will have already gone out. I'm going out on Friday night to celebrate my birthday weekend. So depending on what state I'm in when I get back, I apologize in advance if I'm not kind of okay to live stream or whatever. But hopefully you guys understand that as well. So yeah, without further ado, guys, we're going to get straight into today's episode. And as we kick-start it off, we're playing Newcastle in the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup, which is potentially going to be our first chance at some silverware this season. So hopefully, fingers crossed, all goes well here. We'll be moving on into the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup after taking down Newcastle. What am I talking about? Where Huddersfield? After taking down Newcastle, or sadly, will be going out of the competition before the semi-final stage. So that's the team that Newcastle have got. You saw ours pop up on the screen very briefly before that. It's a strong team, actually, from Newcastle. Richie and Gale starting out on the wings with Mitrovic up top. Not quite what I was expecting, but that is. We've gone with a second team with Meunier up top and Palmer starting in behind him, who, of course, Palmer's been pretty good for us this season when he's come into the team, so I can't complain at his kind of contribution so far to the side. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we get the right kind of result here in this game. And it started off pretty well for us. 30 minutes into the game, we were controlling the play. I was able to get a lot of the ball, but then I made this mistake, guys, where I allowed Newcastle to steal it back from us, and Bartels goes through, and I thought the score was 1-0 to the visiting side. It was a mistake by me. I tried to press the pass button, and literally, I hit it about 4 or 5 times, and it just did not pass the ball. I don't know what's wrong with it. But on the stroke of half-time, as we search for that opening goal of the game, Billing, our big centre midfielder in the centre of the park, gets us the opening goal of the game. It took around to the stroke of half-time, actually. And honestly, that was pretty much the last kick of this first half. The cross came in, and a big giant at the back post. He's a very, very tall machine unit, is Billing here, and he manages to get his head on the end of that one and make the score. Huddersfield Town 1, Newcastle United 0. So when Newcastle should have been 1-0 up, they found themselves 1-0 down. So a great start. Philip Billing with a goal. And there we go. That's what we needed to get. We needed that goal, calm the nerves, settle us down, and get us playing some decent football. And we came back out for the second half. Good play between Meunier and Palmer. Great turn with Palmer hitting the fake shot past his man there. And he goes through and smashes that one into the top corner to make the score 2-0 to Huddersfield Town. So just like that, we went from 1-0 up to 2-0, and we were feeling pretty confident with ourselves moving forward. Great finish, and it meant, of course, we could now, I guess, rest a little bit easy knowing we had the ability to let them score one goal to come back into. I didn't want to let them score it, but, you know, sometimes you have to kind of grab that second goal so you can calm down a little bit and get used to playing football again and just, you know, get down to the business that is trying to keep hold of the ball and not letting them get a goal at the other end. So after that, I looked to play keep ball, possession football. Wasn't really worried about trying to get a third or anything like that. I was just trying to close out the game, keep the clean sheet, keep momentum moving forward, and get us through to the semi-final of the Carabao Cup. Although I did almost manage to find a third goal. Palmer with the ball at his feet here, 75 minutes in. He had a great game, and again with a fake shot. This time his left foot rather than the right, as he's taken out there by the Newcastle man. Potentially could have been a penalty kick, but sadly for us, not given. Didn't matter though in the end, because we do come away with the 2-0 victory just like that. So we are through to the semis, guys, of the Carabao Cup. And of course, as I said, we are going to be trying our best to try and grab that silverware in this season. By the way, I don't know if you heard that voice break there. That was really, really weird. But anyways, yeah, 2-0, semi-final, decent. You'll see who we're playing in a moment's time, guys, as I did skip the days a couple of days. So anyway, there is, I guess, the other results in and around if you're interested. Spurs winning 4-0 against Wigan. West Brom beating Arsenal 2-0. And I think West Ham were the other team to go through in that one as well. But I didn't quite catch what scoreline theirs had finished. So there you go. We're through. It's going to be one of West Ham, Spurs, or West Brom in the semis. So from here on out, it's going to all be Premier League clubs. So yeah, I'm interested to see exactly how we're going to get on. Whether or not we can wrap up this first silverware, or if we are going to be beaten on the way to trying to do so. If we can make it to the final, I'll consider it a success, even if we lose the final as well. So there is that to kind of contend with. And as you can see, I did show you we have actually pulled West Ham United, who beat Ipswich Town by a goal to 0, to get here. So I don't know what to think of that. I mean, out of all the 3 that we could have got, I would have potentially liked West Brom or West Ham. I didn't really want to play Spurs right now because although I've beaten them once, they have every chance that they're going to want redemption for that. So I suppose it was one of those situations where I was trying to avoid Spurs, but truthfully, I think West Ham is still going to be a tough game, and even if we'd have got West Brom, that would also have been a tough game. You know, we've only narrowly beat them both this season, so it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a tough, interesting game, though, and I think, personally, I don't see no reason why we won't get through to that final against West Ham. So here's to hoping I don't have a mega, I guess, you know, mistake happen where I just don't play well and end up giving West Ham a free ride into the final. So out of that game now and away from the cup run, because we're no longer in the cup, so we won't be talking about them from here on out. We're going to be playing Premier League football for the final 2 games of today's episode. And as we start the episode off in the Premier League, actually, or wherever we have our first Premier League game of the episode, we're still top of the table. That is right. Huddersfield Town, top of the Premier League table. It's sensational. Honestly, guys, was never expecting to be top of the table after these many games here, as we're taking on Everton over at Goodison Park. As you can see there, we have a 2-point gap over Spurs in 2nd place, and Everton all the way down in 15th at the moment. So for them, it's not going to be an easy game. It's going to be quite tough to play against a high-flying Huddersfield Town side. And I was interested, actually, to see what the Everton team would line up like, and that is how it did line up. They've got Vardy and Calvert-Lewin playing alongside Sigurdsson, McCarthy, and Idrissa Gana Gueye, Schmelzer at left back, and of course Pickford in between the sticks. So it's a strong-ish Everton side. So to see them struggling down in 15th, I was kind of surprised at that. So yeah, a little bit kind of weird to see the fact that they're struggling even with that side there. But Marcus Rashford had the first chance of this one, and his strike was well saved by his national counterpart in the goal in Jordan Pickford. Then in the 44th minute, Rashford whips across towards a back stick. Inns puts it back in. Not cleared away completely by Everton as they tried to do it very discreetly. Smeltzer gives it back to Inns, though, whips a first-time cross in, and it really should have been 1-0 from Smolov's header. But in the end, the rebound is picked up by Aaron Moy, and he nods us into the lead on the stroke of half-time. So just like that, we'd gone from being 0-0 into a 1-0 advantage again on the stroke of half-time like we did in the other game. So yeah, I was pretty confident that we'd be able to see this game out. We started off really well. We started on the front foot. I was trying to be high in pressure and get my team pressing. And how Smolov doesn't score that goal there, I have no idea. How on earth he didn't make the score 1-0, I was a bit annoyed with him, to be fair. So yeah, slightly disappointing with his finish, but Aaron Moy at least was there to pick up the pieces. And Rashford into Hogg. Hogg gets in a really good area, should make the score 2-0 to Huddersfield Town, but sadly sends his effort wide of the post and high over the top of the crossbar as well. But it wasn't done there. It's low now into Hogg. Hogg, good stop of the play, gives it off to, I do believe, in the end, or tried to give it off, but Low then picks it back up, plays the ball across, and it was Marcus Rashford after the low pass came in to put the ball in, but sadly he had gone into an offside position, so the goal wouldn't stand, and it was still 1-0. But we did hold on, guys, to the full 3 points. We come away with all 3 here from Goodison Park. A 1-0 victory in the end after that Aaron Moy rebound header has given us the full 3 points. But by match facts, I mean, we deserved to win that game, you know. So dominated the play, gave them literally one chance. It was off target from Everton, and that's the one thing that I'm glad to see, that I'm now controlling these games. But having only won it 1-0, slightly worrying signs in that aspect of it. So the other results on the screen there, if you want to check them out, there's a few surprising ones in there. Suppose Chelsea and Newcastle are being held to a 0-0 draw at Stamford Bridge. But as it stands, guys, some of the bigger teams are not playing well at all. I don't know why, but every single time I play FIFA, there is always surprise things that happen with the big sides. And I'm sure by the title of today's video that you must be thinking, what on earth are you talking about, Danny? Why have you got the title something along the lines of Wenger being drunk? Because we played against Arsenal here at the Emirates, and Arsenal themselves have not enjoyed a great start to life here in the Premier League, you know, after their kind of, you know, I guess, interesting season last season, let's call it, being out of the top 4 for the first year. So after that, Arsenal, of course, want to try and get themselves back in it. They've brought in Lacazette in real life, and he, of course, plays for them in the game. So when I came up against Arsenal here at the Emirates, I was thinking I'd take a draw from this game. But then I saw the team. Now, you guys are going to see the team, and I want you to make sure you are concentrating when you guys see the lineup that Arsenal have put out here at the Emirates. If I was at this game, being an Arsenal fan, I would be fuming with this team that he puts out. Let me just say that. I understand completely. They've lost Rob Holding to us, of course. They may have lost a couple of other players I haven't actually seen who they have sold and who they have bought. I don't know if they've got injuries or something like that, and that is the reason why their team on the day was so weak. But you can see the team coming out. You might recognise Elneny, you might recognise Iwobi. You can see there is Watford in second, Arsenal down in 7th place, City down in 9th, United in 4th, Spurs in 3rd, of course, Liverpool in there as well. But take a look at this team that Arsenal have in fact put out. I go and show you it now in the start menu. Wenger's there, and how he's still in a job after naming this side is massively beyond me. So, I went to player ratings, swapped it across. Rene Adelaide is playing in goal, even though he's a right midfielder. They have Tafari Moore and Bellic playing at the back. They have Elneny and Zalalan playing midfield. Iwobi, Akpom and Dam up front. What did I just witness? A team that has Lacazette, Ozil, Sanchez, Cech, Ospina, and yet they are playing Rene Adelaide in goal. I have no idea what on earth is going on. So, I took full advantage of it because inside the first 5 minutes, when Meunier gets a rare start in the Premier League, Smolov sent him in, and we slotted home to make the score 1-0. I knew for a fact, if I was getting my shots on target, chances are Rene Adelaide would not stand a chance in between the sticks, and it was going to go in. So there you go. Immediately, 1-0 up. Rene Adelaide hadn't even touched the ball. He was in goal for some bizarre reason at 6 foot. Honestly, I am stunned. I have no idea what on earth is happening or why Arsenal played the team that they did, but they put Rene Adelaide in goal and had basically a reserve side, an under-19 side, let's call it. So, yeah, no idea what's going on. I sent through Smolov. He really should have got a goal there as well, but Rene Adelaide did make a save to his credit. I don't know how he made it, but he did. We pick up a free kick here inside the 30th minute. It was a bit of a soft one, in all honesty, from the referee, but I'll take it every day of the week. In terms of free kick takers, Rashford's probably the best one we've got, so I did put him on this free kick, and you can see as we lined it up, he sent it over the wall and into the top corner, as it was Arsenal 0, Huddersfield Town 2. The easiest 3 points I am going to pick up in this entire series, most likely. Honestly, I was gutted when I saw Liverpool name a weaker side against us and we beat them 3-1. I was kind of stunned as well when I saw City's team when we played against them and it was fairly weak. And now I'm even more stunned when I've seen Arsenal's team. I don't know what it is, why the top 6 sides or whatever it is. I don't know what goes through their minds, what are they actually attempting to do. I really have no idea. I just don't get it. I don't understand why they had to play the team that they did. But they did get a goal back here. Damn, to his credit. Great finish on the half volley. Makes the score 2-1 here in this game. I don't know how that went in. That was literally Arsenal's pretty much first chance of the game. But truthfully, I was kind of just laughing the entire game. I knew for a fact I wasn't going to lose this game. I knew for a fact I was not going to lose because if I'd have lost after playing against Rene Adelaide in goal and having the team that Arsenal had, I would have quit. Seriously, I would have quit the series. I don't know. Is it a bug? Let me know if you guys have experienced something similar in your kind of career mode saves or anything. Because truthfully, I have no idea why Arsenal did this. Why they picked the team they did. They did have players on the bench because after this, Giroud comes on and so does Granit Xhaka. They do come on in the second half. But yeah, I'm kind of stunned, but at the same time, I want to laugh. I just don't understand it. As Rene Adelaide has to try and save a penalty kick against Smolov, and he's never going to save that one in off of the woodwork from our talisman up top. And that gets him another goal, so he's saying, Rashford, mate, I know it's between us both to try and see who can get the golden boot, but I certainly want this over you. So Rashford and Smolov at the moment are the top 2 scorers in the division, and they're both chasing that golden boot. So Smolov now on the score sheet, grabbing himself a goal. But as I said, that basically was overshadowed by the team that Arsenal named. So I'm going to guess that either Wenger was drunk or Arsenal have a lot of injuries and just don't have enough players to be able to play their positions and are therefore forced into playing what they have played. But yeah, I mean, have they got Martinez? Have they not got, people in their under-23s that can do a job as a goalkeeper? I don't know, but that's shocking to see the fact they had to put Rene Adelaide in between the sticks. And 83 minutes in, I did try and really should have had another goal. Smolov again somehow doesn't hit the target after we sent him through with Marcus Rashford. Should do a lot better with that one, and it should be 4-1 to us here. And after that, the game was brought to a close to boos from Arsenal fans, which is to be expected after the team they played, but a lot of clapping from the Huddersfield faithful. So just like that, again, 3 wins. We got 2 in the league, 1 in the cup. And match facts-wise, it was actually not that, I guess, wasn't dominated that much by me as I thought. I show you there, Giroud and Xhaka coming on. But yeah, stunned. Really, really don't know what on earth has gone through Wenger's mind or why Arsenal have done that. But regardless, guys, that's going to be where we end today's episode off. Let me know in the comments whether or not you have seen anything like that on your career modes, because that's the first time I've ever seen it on one of mine. The keeper in goal who's actually an outfield player like that. Crazy, crazy stuff. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for today. I hopefully might be live streaming if I'm feeling okay and feeling up to it after yesterday's, antics or whatever. But yeah, if not, I'll see you all again at 4 PM UK time tomorrow, guys, for yet another video. As we end today's episode off, we're top of the table by 5 points. Very, very happy with that one indeed. Make sure you enjoy your weekend. Hope you have a good Saturday as well, guys. I will catch you all again, as I said, tomorrow, or if I'm live streaming, later on tonight. See you all soon, guys. Adios!